Alright guys, so we are going to do a video of my grandpa's house. There's a chicken over there. And there was changes made from when they first bought it to now basically. See, the sidewalk is coming up because there was trees there and the roots messed it up. So let me grab this paper. So this is the house. And that dog. Alright. And here's the garage door. This used to be open, I believe. And this used to have blocks opening to the other side. And so this was all open here, the garage. So this is the front of the house. A little porch kind of thing. And you go inside to the living room. And it's quite small. And that's the kitchen. So you have the living room and then you have the dining right here. And then you have the kitchen, a little kitchen here. Very small. And that was the end of the house. Boom. That was the back door. Okay. So then that was the yard, where the yard goes. Then, so back in here, you come this way, and you have the hallway. That's Uncle Jim's room, and you have the bathroom right here. And then you have the hallway, and it's very small. So then you have my grandpa's room right here, and it's very tiny. All the rooms are super tiny. And then you have this room. And this room also tiny. And that's how the floor looks. The tile. So there's just stuff in here, but then you have the closet. All the closets are like that, and they always have an upper closet. And then there's a window behind there. This is just a mess, but it's a small room. And then this is where it ended. So you can see how the tile's a little bit different. So that's where it ended. And then they built on, so that's why it's kind of weird. And it goes into the bigger bedroom, which was my grandma's room. And let's turn the light on. So it's kind of weird because it goes there, because this is the end of the house. And this was all like the yard right here. So then it goes into here, and don't mind the mess. But then this was my grandma's room. My grandpa made those curtains. And then they had the closet, which is like a walk-in kind of closet. And then the bathroom here. And there is a window, because you have to let it breathe. There's windows behind here. Not over there. And this is the air conditioner. So, I'll turn the light on. This one's really pretty. Okay, so we're gonna go back this way. So that was basically the yard, but now it's the room. So it's like a maze. There's my uncle's room. Oh, and there's a little closet here. Just a small little closet. My uncle added this stuff. Okay. So then, like I said, they added on. So, right here is where you can see it changed. So this was the yard as well. And this was all the yard. So they added this room here. And there's Mother. And this is all the yard. That's why that's there. And on this side, there's a window. Because that's where it ended, the house. So this is the end. And that right there was a, you know, door, like a gate, I think. And then that's where the garage goes. So we're gonna go back this way and start the other way. It's like a maze. So here, and we leave everything open so that way you get the air. And that's the door. Okay, so then we're back here. And this, remember, this was the garage, because this was all open. And that's why there's a window here. Like that. Oh, and then there is a window here. I think this goes from the living room. But this one stays closed. And it's like this has got a glass, and this opens. You can crank it open. Don't mind the mess. And then here you can see where the floor changes. Because remember, that's grass. And then the living room. Okay. And then eating there. And then now this is where it ends. So they added all this. And then it starts here to go outside. And then you just have the little patio back here. With the plants. There's a little grass over there, and like this here. And so we have some plants. We have lots of plants. That's Grandpa's shed. Trees. And then over here, we have laundry. So, Mom washed this today. And you have the laundry, and there's a sink. They don't use this too much. Sometimes, not too much. And then you can walk back here. And see, let's see. That's the bathroom, I think. This air conditioning is for that little tiny room, but it's not working. And you can see they closed the window off. They should let that window stay open to let air in, but... And then there's another window. I'm not sure. I think that, oh, that's the bathroom window. It's open. And then my uncle's room, he leaves his open. The air conditioner doesn't work, so only that one. Then they have these things all around for protection. Then this might have been like the wall, how it was. Like that. And there's little drains everywhere. The neighbors on the other side. Then you can go up to the roof, which I did a video about. It's wet and slippery. The neighbors being loud. So this was all yard behind there, all was that yard. And that's it. And oh, there's another drain over here. It rained earlier. It looks like there's an air conditioner here, but that doesn't work anymore, so I don't know. There's only one room with the air conditioning. And then you close off this stuff. And Grandpa's sitting over there in the chair. So that's the house. Oh, my grandma would always lock herself in here with this. Grandpa. And that's the house. This is the, oh, I can't remember, water or something. And then my grandpa's car. And that's it. And then you have to lock everything. All right. That's my grandpa's house. Bye.